Hello, I am your Empress Divine, Miss Tasha Turner herself. Welcome to Queendom Come. This is the Virgo January 2019 tarot reading. Yes, 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 I get it. We're over halfway through the month, but it is still January, so I am still doing your reading. And I said on Facebook, if you are on our Facebook page, if not, go like it. Info's in the description. I said on Facebook that I was going to do it, so here I am. Let me just get into the live chat and make sure that I am streaming seamlessly. And then I'll go ahead and pull your goddess guidance cards. I have pre-shuffled, but I'll still go ahead and shuffle a little bit just so you know that ain't nothing picked out ahead of time. Everything is cool and copacetic. Virgo, I hope y'all have been doing good. I really do hope that you guys have been well in the new year, hitting those goals, getting shit done the way Virgos tend to do. Let's go ahead and get in there with the goddess guidance. Let's see. For Virgo, we have bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risk, and be daring. Y'all know how careful you tend to be, but you don't have to worry about you not having enough or things not being in order or you not being good enough or you not having enough rank. None of that, because you also have infinite supply here. Infinite supply says you are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. Every plan, every goal, um, everything that you want to achieve, every preference, every um, everything that you want. You have enough. If you don't have it right now where you can see it, it is coming to you. A lot of times we have so much stored up in the spirit, and it takes just a little bit of faith, working your faith in order for it to show up in the physical. So keep that faith and go out there and do what you want to do. Dare to be who you want to be, Virgo. Go after what it is that you want to go after without any inhibitions. So let's go ahead and get some tarot cards put down and go through the whole spread and see what's up for January. Virgo, January 2019. Virgo, January 2019. Spirit, give us a clear message for Virgo, January 2019. Allow us to tap into infinite knowledge and infinite wisdom, infinite intelligence, so that we can know what we need to do for Virgo or what Virgo can do to navigate the energies around them. January 2019. January 2019 for Virgo. Let's see. We have the moon, the Eight of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Cups, Knight of Cups, the Magician, the Six of Swords, Five of Cups, the King of Staffs, the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords. I said King of Swords for Queen, but they came out right behind each other. And the Four of Staffs. Well, well, well. I feel like a lot of Virgos will be I want to say embodying the divine masculine energy. And I don't mean like, as in a person, that you're interested in, like, most readers that talk about on YouTube. I mean the divine masculine within you. We both have masculine and feminine within us all. Most people just tend to lean toward one side more. But I feel like Virgo will be leaning more towards your divine masculine side in January. Not to say that you will be like, big and burly and rough and rugged. If you're a woman, what I'm saying is that you're tapping into that place inside of you that is full of initiative, that has that stick to itiveness, that has that grind in you. Putting your nose down, putting your nose to the ground, marching forward head first, doing whatever it is that you need to do. But when you come into January, it may look like you're in a place where you're just not necessarily sure what's going to happen. And I kind of feel like it could be driving some of you, like, I'm not saying like driving you crazy, but it's like really getting to you. Like maybe you started off the new year in such an uncertain or a dark place that it didn't even feel, like that celebratory new year energy. And of course, this will not apply to all Virgos. And there's also some cross watchers that are viewing. So it could apply to you also. Whoever is viewing it, if it resonates with you, then it's for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, then okay, maybe it'll resonate for some other person with significant Virgo energy in your life. But you came into the new year, I feel, and you see clearly, or you know exactly what it is that you want out of life, but it just hasn't come to fruition yet. So it's almost like you came into the new year, came into January, like in this dark place or uncertain place, and it's really kind of affecting you, you know, maybe mentally, maybe even spiritually. It could be bringing you down. You could be in a place where you kind of felt a bit scared, but this goddess guidance card is telling you to be bold and don't be afraid of anything. Not necessarily like scared, like you know, like scream kind of scared, but more like a, you're just uncertain of when things are going to start happening for you, and you're kind of just tired of being in that dark place. We have the lovers here because again, like I said, you know what it is that you want, and you just aren't exactly seeing the manifestations yet. But just like I said in the beginning of the reading, you keep your goals in mind, because a lot of times the things that we want are stored up in the spirit, and they just have to, you know, come to fruition in the physical. We have the Empress here, which is physical energy. This is the energy of a kept woman or a kept person, kept individual. That's also that divine feminine energy here. So the divine feminine in you is what I feel like is very sure. The divine feminine knows exactly what it wants. That part of you knows exactly what you want, and you're just holding that place. The Empress doesn't really move to work hard or grind for anything, because she knows that it's all going to come to her. She is the epitome of the receiver energy. So this is the place in you that holds what it is that you want. And that's where you are, I felt like, in the beginning of January, when you came into the new year, just holding on tightly to what it is that you want, and knowing that it's gonna happen. But I feel like it's more of an anxiety that's getting to you, like, damn, when is this shit gonna pop off? Or, you know, am I gonna be good enough? Is it gonna happen for me? You know, kind of teeter tottering. Like, it's still within you that you want it and you know you want it, but there's still maybe a little bit of that teeter totter energy. Like, I don't know if, you know, you know, if it's gonna come to me. Like, am I crazy? You may have even second guessed yourself sometimes, but it's like, no, don't second guess yourself. Just get more into that divine masculine energy, because you have the divine feminine aspect down, especially since Virgo is a feminine energy anyway. You have the feminine thing down, being able to receive and holding on to something and nurturing a thought or nurturing an idea. You have to get into that divine masculine of actually being bold enough, like Freya, to go on out there and pursue it. Now, in the second card position, we have the Eight of Swords, which is like a mental restriction. I feel like a lot of the delays or setbacks that you've experienced have to do with self worth. Like, maybe you are allowing yourself to be in positions that restrict you, and it all stems from a place inside you that questions whether or not you actually deserve what it is that you want, or whether or not this is, like, you know, some negative karma from something that you've done. So you allow these negative things to come into you with the Three of Swords energy. You allow these restricting situations to come into you, instead of like going for what it is that you know you deserve in life, because there's a place in you that says, dang, I may not be enough, or, you know, I've never been enough, or I've never actually done what it is that I want to do. So what would qualify me for this thing? And I just want you to stop questioning yourself, Virgo. I mean, it ain't about what I want, but I want you to really study that with the Four of Swords, and really see where it is within you that your self-worth is leading to the restriction around you. But I do feel like a big mentality shift is going to happen for you in January. We're having two eclipses. One is already passed at the time of the recording of this video, and another one is coming up with the after the Leo new moon, or in conjunction with the Leo new moon on the latter end of January. So I do feel like you'll start to look up and, you know, be more bold, and realize that you are an abundant being, that nothing is being held back from you. You're actually holding yourself back from it. So I see that that mentality shift happening. You're going from allowing your mind and anxious thoughts to rule you, to digging deep and tapping into that Empress energy that's within you. This again is also a hint at the divine feminine, the high priestess. You are allowing that high priestess side of you to lead the way. So even though you are physically embodying your divine masculine, you are healing yourself inwardly, and letting yourself and nurturing yourself, and knowing that you are enough. um no, Even though you're pursuing things outwardly, inwardly, you will be nurturing yourself and healing yourself and making sure that you know that you are enough, that you do actually deserve what it is that you want. I feel like you're walking away from anything that would contribute to that feeling of not being good enough. So if you have family members who have always talked down to you or called you dumb or underestimated you or kind of throw you under the bus, stuff like that, I feel like you'll be walking away from that or at least releasing them, if not physically, really getting away from them, because that card position indicates home and family. So the people living in your home may have done their part to cause you to feel restricted or cause you to feel like weak. And it doesn't even have to be so obvious where they call you dumb or say that you're not enough. Sometimes people, they'll coddle you because they don't feel like you can do it on your own. So some Virgos may have been coddled so much to the point where you question whether or not you can be independent or whether or not you can strive to reach those big goals that you have. With the Three of Cups, it has a lot to do once again with the because for me the Three of Cups is like a reuniting energy or like-minded people, and to me that's like when you are reuniting or something that you're familiar with, people that you're familiar with, that's like family. So when you get around family, you may find yourself in that place feeling like you need to kind of just sit quiet and not be your best self. Like I feel like in January, you'll notice how a certain person in your family or within your household doesn't speak life into you. And it's like you get to the point where you're like, this is enough. Because I'm tired of going, anytime I try to step away and better myself, it's like they want to pull me back in into that energy of not knowing if I'm enough or, trying to make me feel like I don't have the strength or I don't have the skills or I don't have the talent or you don't have the whatever to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. So Virgo, I do want you to go ahead and end that. And apparently so does Spirit with the Ten of Swords. Like go ahead and end that conflict. Whatever longstanding issues or conflicts there are that cause you to have these negative feelings within you, it's time to go ahead and let it die here in January because you do have that energy around you available for you to use. You're looking for people who pour into you. The Knight of Cups is they extend favor, they extend grace, they extend mercy, they extend love, positive reinforcement and motivation and encouragement. You're looking for people who are on your team. You only want to be around people who are going to pour into you and who are going to be positive. And that's not saying they're going to just always be walking around happy-go-lucky all the time, but you want people who focus on solutions rather than the problem. You want people who want to focus on a positive outcome rather than pouring in negative, you know? And that could have a lot to do, that could be inspired by somebody that you may be involved with, somebody that you may be in love with. It could be inspired by them. Maybe they were a person that came in and kind of showed you what it feels like to have somebody to not doubt who you are, somebody who encourages you at all times, or even it's your children who encourage you or pour into you in some type of way. Is like a pure form of love being shown to you in January, where you're like, well, damn, if they can do this for me, there's no point in me putting up with anything else. So it's like your final judgment is that I don't want nothing if it's not that Knight of Cups energy. If it's not you pouring into me, I don't really want it. So in January, you could be getting rid of some people who just don't do it for you in terms of, positively motivating you. Then in this sixth card position, we have the Magician. Because I really do feel like Virgo is gearing up. In January, you're gearing up. Whatever happens where you get to walking away from people who are negative influences and, making a decision that if a person is not positive and pouring into you, that you want to just go ahead and cut it off. From that point forward, you go to really hopping in that divine masculine energy of, okay, I'm going to grab life by the horns and realize that there are so many possibilities around me. I have so many resources that I can use, that I can have, to help me to do what I need to do. I need quiet, honey. Can you go back over there? Thank you. I'll talk to you later. But the magician energy, you use what you have around you. You're using what it is that you have around you, and you don't want to use nothing negative or no negative influences. You don't have any more time for that because you're trying to turn a shitty situation into gold with the magician. This is pure alchemy. Whatever dark place that you're in at the start of January is like, okay, it's time for me to really get in there and work with what I have and make shit happen. You're looking out for yourself now with the Seven of Staffs energy. And not saying that you're just, 100% selfish person, because Virgo, you still embody that kind of servant to humanity energy at all times. That's just what Virgo is. But it's like, instead of trying to do so much for other people, even when they're constantly, shitting on me or trying to sun me, it's like, I'm going to take care of myself. Because the best thing that I can do to change my situation is take care of me right now. Yep. It's like, once, just like I was saying, Virgo, you still in that giving energy, but it's like you just gonna make sure that you're taking care of yourself, and you also gonna make sure that the people that you are continuing to be that humble servitude type of energy, not servitude, but kind of, that service energy, the people that you give that to or that you reveal that to, you're making sure that it's people who actively pour into you, because you're honoring that decision that you've made to only deal with people who, are positive and who have something to offer you, and not just take, or not just, put you down. In the seventh card position, again, you're moving away from, situations or energies that left you feeling destitute or desperate or negative. If you were around people in like 2018 or whatever time in your past before January 2019, who, when they leave, you feel yucky inside. You want to go take a bath just from being around this person. It's like you're getting away from it, and you're committing yourself and taking you and your tribe, whoever that may be, whether it's your man, your siblings, your babies, or just you and yourself, me, myself, and I. You're taking you and those that you love, whoever these people are that embody that love, who are pouring into you, however few or how many it may be. You're taking them and you're like, okay, let's do this. Let's move on to a happier destination. So your relationships from here forward should be a lot more harmonious if you are utilizing this energy, Virgo. Cutting through the bullshit. Getting away from the bullshit, getting away from the sly remarks. Because like I was saying up here when I was talking about this particular spread, how it's not always people who come out and say, oh, you so dumb, or you can't do this or you do that. Sometimes it's the snide remarks, or sometimes it's the undercover behavior, the covert insults that make you feel down on yourself. I'm feeling like a lot of times when certain people were around you, and I feel like these are people that you either grew up with, or that you are either married to, or about to get a divorce from, whatever it is. I feel like these people, a lot of times you'll be away from them and off to yourself before you realize the intentions behind what they were saying. Like, they'll say something and kind of skin and grin in your face, but then when you get off to yourself later that night, you start thinking, did that motherfucker really just say that to me? Excuse me, let me stop cursing because I am monetized now. But did that MF really just say that to me? Were they really trying to take a jab at me? And also, the energy that I'm feeling is that you've come to the point where you are so aware, because I've looked at this King of Swords underneath it. You are so aware that you want to only have positive people around you, that you may also start to look at people that you relate to on a daily basis, and you're kind of looking for those who throw shade. You know what I'm saying? Like, be careful with that energy, because I don't want you to start thinking that people are throwing shade at you when they're really not, and they're just being honest and they're just being truthful. But you may start looking around and like kind of just being on guard against people who, talk kind of snarky to you. So I do see you being very watchful of that in the people that you relate to in January. The strength card just flipped over. So yeah, don't allow your ego to get too much in the way. Don't start looking for people to be saying bad things about you, because a lot of people won't, be that way. No one person is really, that important to the point where, well, pretty much, regular Joe people, us regular folks, ain't none of us really that important unless you like the president or something, or a celebrity, to where people just go out of their way to say mean things to you. There are those people that like are close to you, that you kind of hold a soft space from in your heart, that have said those things that cause you to have a lower self-esteem. But as a general, general people in general, they're not out to hurt you. So make sure that you don't allow your ego to start causing you to mess up relationships with people who were just telling you the truth, and maybe they were not as tender in their vocabulary as you would like them to be. Maybe they were a bit more savage than you would like them to be, but they don't necessarily mean to hurt you. They just want to tell you the truth. Know the difference between those people and the people who are really just trying to take little punk ass jabs at you basically. Then we get to this card here in this position, and I feel like a lot of things that are transforming for you is that feeling of missing out on opportunities or denying yourself the fulfillment of a situation because of that self-worth issue. When you start putting yourself first, you allow things to happen. Mhm. Yeah, you can. But yeah, some situation I feel like that you were allowing to kind of just fizzle out, because I do feel like something started at the end of last year, or well into last year, where you liked it, you enjoyed it. Could be a relationship, could be a partnership, some way in which you were relating with some other person or other people, and you didn't put your best foot forward because of these self-worth issues, or you didn't put your best foot forward because maybe you were looking at this person thinking they were out to hurt you, when really it was just your defense mechanism from having to deal with the trauma of people putting you down so much. But I feel like in January something happens where you're able to I don't know if it's like a reconciliation, but you acknowledge it. You acknowledge the the way that you allowed that situation to fizzle. You acknowledge its importance. I don't know if you actually, go and speak back with the person or try to reconcile with the other party, but you at least acknowledge the importance of that other party in your life. You acknowledge that they are, or it is a missed opportunity due to your own anxieties and your own, PTSD, or your own stress, your own trauma from dealing with those jabs from people that you have, a soft place in your heart from. I think you really acknowledge that you kind of missed the mark on an opportunity that where you should have poured your full self into. You just couldn't pour your full self into it because you had so much healing that you had to do before you can really pour your full self into anything. But I mean, the world card here says you acknowledge it. You acknowledge how your own stress and trauma may have messed up the situation, and you do have the opportunity here to make a change. You have the opportunity to open up and allow the situation to evolve. You know, things can become different for you. What's new is that divine masculine energy that I was talking about, and that goes back to that boldness that we have here, where you start to embody that go get itness. Is that even a word? You start to embody that go get it energy because you're not holding yourself back anymore. Page of Cups, you begin to invest yourself, and you're not just gonna jump full in all the way, acting like none of your pain never happened. As we do when we heal, we dip our toe in. So the page comes in with a little dip in my toe in, and giving a little bit more of myself each and every day. But you are moving forward. And even though you may think that, okay, I'm just going to start off slow, you'll look up one day and realize that you've made a lot more progress and you healed a lot faster than you may have thought you were, or that you made a lot more progress once you acknowledge that pain that was holding you back. You made a lot more progress than you thought you would have made. So it's good that this is new happening in January. You're starting to trust yourself to open up more. You don't have to guard yourself against people saying anything to you because you become solid within yourself. The King of Coins has no worries. This is also a protector type of energy. So you could be involved with somebody who you feel like really protects who you are as a person. Like if not, because I just saw like a situation where somebody like literally fights for you. Like something pops off and this person end up going up beside somebody else's head for you, and you like, damn, nobody ever wrote for me like that. But this is a real ride or die type energy, and I feel like that is helping you to both become more of that person, because you don't have so many I guess, fears around going all in, but it's also somebody who goes all in for you, and you're willing to come in and start showing and revealing yourself little by little more to this person. Overall, in January of 2019, with this Queen of Swords energy, I feel like, Virgo, you are taking the reins of what's going on inside of you. Like, you're no longer allowing somebody else's manipulation or somebody else's narcissism or somebody else's verbal abuse to be the thing that rules you. You're like, okay, I'm putting my foot down, we're gonna go ahead and cut all that bullshit out. I'm sorry, I keep cursing. We're gonna go ahead and cut that BS out. And we gonna do better. It's like, the way Virgo is so, I don't want to say anal, but the way you are so particular, and meticulous about the way you build things and the way you set up systems and the way you clean and all of that in your outside life, you start to be just that meticulous and cautious and careful with your inner world, with that queen energy, the emperor. Ooh. And when you get to that point where the way that you clean and strategize and systemize in the outer world, when your inner world starts to match that, you become a master. You embody that emperor energy. So I feel like by the end of January, it's like people can start to see, like, okay, Virgo, like things start coming together for you. And I think they'll understand that there's a big interchange coming in here. The emperor is always known for like that Aries type Mars energy with ego and all of that. So people may be saying, oh, you got a big ego now, because Virgo is a lot of time known for wanting to be humble and actually being humble people. You may shock some people and be like, oh, okay, like, you coming out like, I'm not trying to be humble no more. Like, it ain't about being humble no more. It's about saving myself. It's about being my best self, living my best life. And I feel like that's what you're going to be doing, just taking control of your life here, taking full control of your life, saying what you need to say. Like, the whole way you talk is going to become different. Like, you may realize that, whoa, my mouth is getting out of hand. And not saying that you walking around cursing nobody out, but when people walk up to you with those little undercover jabs and stuff, hey, you rolling with the punches. You jumping in on the dozens just like they is. Like, it ain't gonna be no more energy of nobody trying to roast you and you just kind of keeping it to yourself. Because one thing I do know about Virgos, they may not say it right then and there, but a Virgo can roast you from head to toe because you're so observant. If they wanted to roast you from head to toe, they could, and they will, for a lot of Virgos in January 2019. So you might want to watch how you're talking to a Virgo if you're not talking to them positively. If you're not trying to encourage them or motivate them, or send them in a positive direction, you might want to watch how you're talking to a Virgo. Because with them embodying that Queen of Swords and the Emperor energy, they might fire off on you back, and you ain't gonna want no parts of that. So we move forward into the King of Swords energy. The King of Swords is becoming very clear about how you step out into the world, how you relate, or your place in humanity. And the King of Swords is just being very clear-minded. Like, I feel like you're getting rid of all of that negative chatter that was poured into you, either from, like I said, people in your past, a husband, an ex-spouse, whoever it was that was pouring all of that negativity into you, or taking those little jabs at you, what I'm saying, or laughing when you would express what it is that you wanted to do with your life, or snarking at you, or turning up their nose at you whenever you did something good. It's like you are getting a clarity of mind. You're not going to allow that to be a trauma that holds you back anymore. And there's that alignment of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. There's complete balance within you, available to you. Best case scenario, you can come into full alignment with your higher self here in January 2019, Virgo, and really move forward in such a more powerful place. Because once you consolidate those two parts of yourself, ain't nowhere to go but up from here. There's no way. Those snakes are coming from them, and that, I feel like, that's the wisdom. It's coming from them and moving upward. Some people may be having a Kundalini awakening or learning about Kundalini awakenings. Some people have never heard what a Kundalini is, and they're gonna go and start looking into it and realizing that, oh shit, this resonates with, this corresponds with what's currently going on in my life right now. Mm-hmm. it's like it starts within. You really realize that it starts within. You grasp that in January 2019. You grasp that, and that's a cause for celebration. In the end, you get to celebrate life. You get to celebrate your personal victory. You get to celebrate the consolidation of everything that is within you. You get to become your best self. You know, you get to know your higher self, become your best self. We have that 11 energy with the justice. All is good, all's well that ends well. You get to a point where you're like, you know what, I can celebrate my heartbreaks. I can celebrate the things that broke me down or tore me down, because I realized that the strength that I have now would not have come except through that journey. Like, you come to value that journey. You come to celebrate the things that were done to you that were wrong, also the things that you did that were wrong, because like up underneath here, there was a situation where you were not giving your best, or maybe you reflected or you embodied some of that energy that was poured into you, some of that negativity. Because I'm not for making anybody a victim. So Virgo may have, been the person who gave some verbal abuse, or the person who did manipulate others, and you did it because that's what was poured inside of you. So I feel like you're forgiving yourself for that, as well as forgiving others, and you just come to celebrate how far you've come on this journey, because you know that you're balanced now. Those scales reflect that divine masculine and divine feminine consolidation within you, and from there, all the blessings go to flowing. Once you tap into that, divinity is your best friend. You get that divine love for yourself and start vibrating on that frequency. Hey, that's when you tap into that infinite supply. And I feel like, Virgo, for the most part, whoever this resonates with, you are tapping into that infinite supply. You are tapping into the divine. You are bringing out that higher self, and tugging it on in here to the physical world, and everything that you need, all those goals that you have up here that you were just kind of worried about when you came into the new year, if it's going to happen for you, or you didn't see the way that it was going to start happening. I feel like it's going to go ahead and start happening for you in infinite supply, in such a way that you be like, damn, look at that ace of coins sitting on the bottom of the deck. Like, sheesh, look at all these blessings. Like, the ace of coins, that's a blessing that, kind of falls out the sky and just falls right there in your lap. You didn't even have to go get it. It just kind of springs up, just like this hand is coming up out of this pond. All of the abundance that's within you starts to pour out. And from that outpouring of abundance within you comes your blessings. You see that cup overflowed and made that pond. In that same pond, these blessings are coming up out of seemingly nowhere. It's all going on for you. So be bold. Have the courage to confront that mess within you that was given to you. Understand that you don't have to blame yourself. A lot of people don't want to do the work because it's overwhelming to have to accept that, oh, I was an icky person. But it's not even that you were an icky person. You were damaged at some point, or you were broken at some point by people who were broken themselves, and all they were doing is pouring it out into you. Just know that a lot of things are just karmic cycles. The people that may have been negative to you, they are just people who have had negativity poured into them. The people who manipulated you, they're people who have been manipulated. You just have to know that, and be light about it. Be big enough, be bold enough to say, you know what, I get it. I understand. But I'm going to go ahead and leave you alone and deal with the people who are healed, because that's the vibration that I'm trying to get on right now, or that's what I'm vibrating right now. Healing, or healed people, healed hearts. And I'm gonna move on in that infinite supply, and I'm gonna move on boldly with my little emperor energy. And don't worry about me, whether I'm humble or whether I'm egotistic. Just worry about yourself and get your own healing. That's what Virgo is saying in January 2019. So that's a beautiful reading, y'all. I'm so proud of you, Virgo. I know a couple of Virgos, or people who have like Virgo moons or Virgo rising in my life, and I'm excited to see how this energy plays out for them. If you have any personal matters that you want clarity on, I do offer personal readings. Check the description box. Also, come check with me on Facebook. It's Empress Divine Channel. I have a page on Facebook. Come like, come stay updated so you'll know when I'm posting stuff and what's going on with me, what my next move is. But thank you so much, so much, so much for watching, Virgo. I do love you so much. Y'all are such sweet people. And yeah, I will catch you next time. I am your Empress Divine, Miss Tasha Turner herself. Thank you. Bye.